Do scope. This is Queez. Appreciate everybody's been rocking with the channel, supporting, subscribing, hit that like button. We appreciate it all. Y'all see the title, man. ICEMAN has officially lost all of its momentum. It's official at this point, man. Y'all seen the news with the lawsuit. He took another L, man. He took another L. This is adding up to be a streak of L's. And this was one of the more damaging ones because you lost on the wax. You lost in court. This is a streak of L's, man. And now it just prolongs the saltiness of losing the battle and the narrative of like, just let it go. My daughter listens, watch Frozen. Just like Elsa, man, let it go, man. Let it go. I damn near want to play the soundbite. Just let it go. At this point, that's kind of what it is. This is the final nail in the coffin. Not on his career, because obviously the streams are still intact. I think I've seen, articles every month saying he still lead in streams and, everybody's still listening to him at a high clip. But as far as the battle go, let it go. And then I think what this is saying, though, by taking this L, and I say this is the nail in the coffin, ICEMAN was going to be about this whole thing. If y'all paid attention to the streams, that's what he was alluding to. This cabal of people, labels, platforms, radio stations, UMG, Kendrick, all these people, coming together to get him out of here. Right, a plan that was enacted before the Kendrick dropped like that. It was all came up together when he signed this deal. This was something in there that incentivized him to go at Drake, and they will help, and he will win. This was all alluded in the documents. But now by losing this, you cannot then come back on the album and start talking about this again. People are already over the beef, hearing about it. Even when he was dropping, people, what did I miss? That was a good song. People was acting like, "Low, bro, I'm tired of hearing about this. I'm tired. It's over. It's a year removed. You waited a year to drop the album or start, ramping up for the album to talk about something that happened a year ago." And people don't really want to hear perspective from the loser, to be honest with you. And when you're talking about a situation where now in court they saying basically the average person going to interpret it like there's nobody against you. There was no plan. There was no collusion. It's all in your head because of the bitterness of the battle. That's what the average person is going to assume there and kind of take from that. So you can't really go on ICEMAN and start talk. He can't really go on ICEMAN and start talking about this again. ICEMAN is probably 98% done. You're going to have lyrics saying, "Yeah, man, they try to get me out of here. They try to set me up, but the boy prevailed. I'm still here. I'm still standing. UMG tried it, blah, blah." And then people going to be like, "Bro, I ain't trying to hear that." Like they going to say, "I ain't trying to hear that." And it makes the lyrics hit a lot less. So I wonder, the subject matter for ICEMAN, he already slowed the momentum on it, and he got a lot of negative feedback from the prior episode. The songs that he was dropping, I don't think most of them will end up on there anyway. But if you're going to continue with the streaming series, you can't just cut it off at where you left it. But if you're going to keep continuing it with this Pinocchio theme, where it looks like, Pinocchio, is somebody. I don't know who it is. I'm still trying to figure it out. I ain't going. But you had creating this thing where these, you got these chairs, empty chairs laying around, probably represent all your ops and whatever. You got all this deeper meaning into it that now losing the battle, well, not losing the battle, losing the lawsuit, it's just kind of like, it loses the sting on it. So on ICEMAN, can you really keep a subject matter? People are already tired of, them talking about the friends he lost and people trading on him. I don't know where you're going to go as far as that. He took a big break between the last episode, probably to let Taylor get her shit off, man. Taylor's selling 3.5 million, probably 4 million first week. I just seen the increase. Like, everybody make way. Like, everybody get out the way when she dropped. It's over at that point. So I think ICEMAN lost all his momentum. I don't think this album that I projected was probably going to do 400 or 500 first week. I don't think it's going to do that. People are less talking about it now. I don't think they even care, man. I don't think they'll care. Now, obviously, they're going to talk about it because it's still him. Like, he going to generate the headlines and all that. But the rush to hear about it, once people peep the subject matter, they're not going to keep tuning into it. I just don't think it'll be impactful as it once was. I think if the lawsuit kept going on, the lawsuit was carrying the beef alive. It was still allowing you to still talk about it, not as at the height as it was when it started, but you were still able to talk about it a little bit more, and people were still interested to hear your perspective on it. But I think the lawsuit put the final end of the coffin of people not wanting to hear that. I thought it was maybe 60-40. 60 wanted to hear it, 40 didn't. Now I think it's reverse. I think 60 don't want to hear it, 40 do want to hear it. I think that's where it's at now with that. That's a bad L though, man. This is a bad one. I mean, people gonna get their jokes off. You still gonna be rich, still gonna be you. I never really liked the lawsuit in the beginning. I said it before in the video. I don't know what you're gonna get out of it. Be honest, what are you gonna get out of it? They say you win, and they be like, yeah, he bodied, he cheated. They don't care, man. Not like us still ring off. The song still ring off. And one of your big things in there was defamation. You feel like the label they enacted there to hurt your character so they could strong arm negotiations. Again, it being dismissed and not even making it a trial. It's like, bro, we didn't do that. That's kind of what they're going to market it as. I seen a statement. They said this lawsuit shouldn't even made the light of day. And they was already throwing shots at you saying you was salty for losing the battle, even in the middle of the lawsuit, and you just sick that you lost. That's kind of what it looked like. And then Drake got to return back to work under his employer. Drake rich enough where he shouldn't even be under them. Like, he should have been with Indy. If you a billionaire or knocking on billionaire status to then work as a disgruntled employee for your boss, it just don't ring off the right way. Because now you got to give them fulfilled obligations with another album. I don't know if you got 1 left, 2 left, I don't know. But you got to put that on the table. They going to be marketing him and putting him back in, but they ain't going to hit the same. Because you're going to be like, he ain't going to acknowledge it, right? Is he going to acknowledge that the tactics they do, and people going to be, they might pull it back a little bit. It's just like, yeah, continue to work for us, continue to make us money, continue to do what we ask you to do. And that's kind of what he's returning to now. Maybe if he won the lawsuit, he could have got off the label, and that could have been the win. But now it's like, come back and work for us, come make us money. Come back and work. That's what it looked like now. So I don't know, man. I think ICEMAN is in a limbo at this point. I'm pretty sure it's still going to drop it and everything. I'm pretty sure it's going to still go to plan, but I think the impact on it is dramatically affected. I feel like the only next move of him, is to go indie and embrace the villain role. Now, I'm not saying embrace the villain role to the point where like you go crazy, right? You start turning into this. You start turning to this evil dude and just start dissing everybody. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about a scenario where you don't seek out collaborations from newer guys that you don't trust. I think this would be the best time for him to build up OVO and make OVO what people felt like it should have been 5 to 10 years ago. With the talent they had in 2010 to 2020, that's what they should focus on now. They got a girl on the label now, Naomi. She's fire. You lost Division. He's not on there no more, but I just feel like some of those guys that they have, I think this is the time to build out the label. Because at least with your label, they invested. They ain't going to sit there and try to, do anything that's going to hurt him or hurt, his brand and his image. And everybody can agree they talented. I think this will be the time to actually put the CEO hat on as far as the label. It will be no better time than now. Run the charts with you and your label. If you got one more album on UMG, finish that, be done, go indie, and then make OVO a standout. Now, OVO isn't indie, the record label, they under somebody as well, but I think this will be a good time to focus on that. I think this will be a good time to focus on that and embrace the villain role, man. If it's not in-house, I ain't rocking with you. If it ain't in-house or ain't Savage, I ain't rocking with you. I think that's where it should be. Because at this point, you're going to have to change, though. It'll have to be a lot of reworking on the Drake brand at this point. So I think some of those moves would actually help out. But let me know what y'all think, man. This is Queese. This is Through the Scope. It's finally over. This is the nail. I don't want to hear about this lawsuit again. Please don't appeal. I seen that the lawyers were talking about appealing it. Just let it go. Homie fought his whole career trying to, prove you about this hip hop shit. You do all that. You fight the ghost writing thing to still say you about this hip hop shit. Then you sue. Then you lose the lawsuit. Now people already feel like you ain't hip hop no more. They ain't gonna redo it again. Just let it go. Just let it go. Let it go. But this is Through the Scope, man. This is Queese, man. Appreciate everybody's been rocking with the channel. I'm out.